So if you've watched a video of mine before, there is a probably like a 25% chance that I've mentioned how big of a Migos fan I am. They are my favorite rappers. It was very upsetting, when Takeoff died. I cried a little bit. I got very emotional because Migos are basically the reason I'm huge into hip hop music now, and the reason that I love doing it so much, or not doing it, but like love talking about it, like why I got into it. They're definitely the reason because the first ever Migos song I heard was "Get Right With You," and it just immediately I became humongous fans of them. I've explored so much of their catalog; it's crazy. I know the words of so many songs, and I like to pride myself in that the fact that I think my top five definitely looks a lot different than most people's top five. So we're gonna get into it. So as you can see right here, this first song is "Hot Summer." Which was I'm pretty sure this isn't the first time that they were like with DJ Darrell, but it's definitely like the first time that I ever noticed they were with DJ Darrell because this is like kind of like a partner with like DJ Darrell, that type of song. You know what I'm trying to say, but basically this song for me was like my song of the summer because that's when it dropped. It's so much fun. It's amazing. Oh my god. I love it. I love the beat, like the tropical, almost like just like outside beat, chilling outside on your lawn chair, like in the pool or something like that. I love that sound. An amazing Quavo hook. The hook is so good. That was like the first time I ever heard it. I was immediately like, this hook is really, really, really good. It's a very fun, like lyrical takeoff verse that I didn't see coming, and that kind of it doesn't switch up the vibe of the song. He fits into this nice little pocket. And then here comes Offset with an amazing verse like himself, who, it's not like the Migos are definitely not lyrical rappers. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying. But, I think like the bars in this album, or not album, oh my god, this song are clever. It sounds really good. It's a fun vibe. It's so much fun. There at the time this dropped, you're at summer, you're at the pool with your friends. This was a good song to play. This was a fantastic song to play. I love it so much. The production from DJ Darrell, the hook, the verses, and Quavo himself has a good verse. But I love this. It's a hot summer. Yeah, like I think that's so good. I love that. I love that so much. On to the next one. Okay, now obviously Migos are nowhere near as much in like the scene as they used to be. However, I always feel like this song has been overrated. Maybe I'm tripping, but I always have thought this song was one of like the most overrated Migos songs that they made. This song is amazing. It's so smooth. It is the perfect. It's the perfect vibe. Oh my god. It's a perfect song. It's expertly crafted, I swear to god. The beat is like entrapment. It almost feels like this weird like spacey, not like outer spacey. I just mean like spacey, like you're sitting in like a room and water's like up to your chest and you're just kind of like vibing by yourself almost. That is a retarded description. However, I enjoyed it. I really hope it doesn't do anything about me saying retarded. I hope not. Anyway, it's like the beat feels like literally slippery. You know what I'm saying? It's so smooth. One of the best hooks, Quavo. This was back when like Quavo was like literally the best. In my opinion, Quavo's like one of the best rappers when it comes to just making hooks. Like him and Travis, I think that's their perfection. That's what they're good at. Especially Quavo. That's what he's there for, is a hook and an amazing verse, like to come outside and play, or like that bar right there. That's an amazing song, or amazing verse. Bar. Oh my god, I can't speak. Holy god. Okay. Anyway, Offset and Takeoff make the song theirs on their verses. Takeoff at the end was like an amazing way to end the song off, like right after that Gucci Mane verse, which by the way is a really good feature. Honestly, besides Travis, probably my favorite feature on Culture. Actually, yeah, definitely my favorite feature besides Travis. Travis on Kelly Price is unbeatable. But, it's a slippery song. It's a perfect song. It's, like I said, another like kind of like pool song almost. I feel like that's a decent way to describe it. Just, I think it's great. I love Offset's verse whenever it kind of like Quavo's like slow vibe and here comes Offset like rapping with more speed and more intensity. I think that's great. And then Takeoff's kind of like back into the chill, but he's kind of like also like with the not intensity but like more so grit. And then Gucci Mane has like he brings his own like special energy that I really like. makes the song really good, an extra punch to it. On to the next one. This was another one of like the first Migos songs I had heard. This is like another punch to it. This like Pablo Escobar inspired song, because fun fact, this song was actually inspired. They took a trip to Africa. I don't remember if they were on tour or not, but they were there and they made this song. It's this one is like definitely the most energetic out of all of them on here. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of like my favorite Migos songs are like more so like chiller and not really them like trying to get hype or anything like that. But this is definitely like the most intense one on there. It's like it's low key like it's chill and lit at the same time. Like another Quavo auto tune hook, and I think the auto tune sounds amazing over the beat. The beat, by the way, very nice, very fun, flowy. Nice. Like I don't know, you feel like you're riding it almost. Pause. Offset does so amazing on his part of the hook and also his verse, going faster with it. Takeoff has a really fun verse where he's speeding up, talking about like a anaconda swooping through the water. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a cool little, like not wordplay, but cool like imagery, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't really know the word I'm trying to use. It's hard hitting Takeoff verse. This one isn't like, there's not necessarily, I feel like, as much to say about this one as I have to say about the other ones, because this one is definitely like, I almost don't know why it's one of my favorites, but I feel like a lot, like this is in a lot of people's top fives. Honest to God, I think this one, okay, if I was to look at like other people's top five Migos songs, I definitely think this one would be on the most of them out of all of my five. Actually, no, maybe my next one would be. But let's go ahead and talk about the next one. I know I said it earlier that this was the first ever Migos song I'd ever heard. It holds a special. I can't speak. It holds a special place in my heart. The song feels like it's almost having like a build up the whole time. Like it's like a movie and you're watching like the first, second, and third act of it, which is really like cool. I don't think it's like purposely done that way, but like you have this like slower, more like not slow, but like cooler like Quavo hook in his verse, and then here comes Offset bringing in more faster energy, and then here comes Takeoff with the beat is built up, and he kind of ends off the song, and then the hook comes in one more time for like one more like final punch, like the end credits. And I think it's a perfect build up. Like it's constantly getting harder. Perfect hook, perfect beat, perfect verses. Y'all probably notice that I feel like I'm saying hook a lot more than I usually do, but I haven't done like a top five on songs before, so I'm good. I find the hook to be very important because that's supposed to be like the most catchy part of the song, like catchy part of a song, but also because this was like their whole thing. Like Quavo did the hooks, Offset and Takeoff had really good verses. That was their thing. You know what I'm saying? There was no weak link. This song is literally, in my opinion, besides my number one, is what a perfect Migos song is. And I feel like there is only one song that is like a better version of this, and that's what my number one is. I would, honest to God, pay money for someone to like, or to somebody that would have guessed my number one pick to be Too Haughty. This, in my opinion, is the better version of Get Right With Ya. Not only does that speak to how good Get Right With Ya is, it speaks to how good Too Haughty is. The URL feature is great. Obviously, it's not obviously like a smaller part of the song, so I'm not going to talk about it much. I'm just saying like the extra in the background works really well. This, honest to God, a lot of people, like, if they've asked me why Offset is my favorite, and I'm trying to show them examples of why I find him to be my favorite, I play him this one. This is his song. It is like an amazing verse, an amazing catchy get stuck with me for a long time hook. I love this song. I love his part the most because he's obviously my favorite Migo. I've said that before. But this song is definitely, it's the prime example of why I think so. This is literally Offset at his very, very best. And I think Get Right With You was like Quavo at his very best. But this song, like I said, is almost like a better version of Get Right With You. The whole build-up thing, after Offset's part gets over, Quavo comes in with a fun verse, and then it, like, the beat's built up more, You know, the hook's getting a little more energy, if you're feeling it a little more, and then it goes to Takeoff's part, which is even better, and probably my second favorite part of the song. Like, like it feels like that epic climax. You know what I'm saying? And then here comes the beat hitting the most it's hit. Here comes the hook, the chorus hitting even harder. It's just a great sample. Plus the other two make the verses like each their own vibe, and it works really well. But I feel like Offset came into the booth to make the song with like an extra set of hunger and more like grit than both of them. And I feel like that's also why he has like most part of the song, like the most contribution, the biggest contribution. And obviously, I think this is his song. You know what I'm saying? This is more so an Offset song featuring Quavo and Takeoff. Yeah, actually, no. I wouldn't take it that far, but this is definitely whenever you're like, if you had to like pick Amigo for like each song that they made, like I Get Right Wishes, like honestly, Get Right Wishes Offset song too, but like Slippery is more so like Quavo's song. You know, Narcos is probably more so Takeoff song. Too Haughty is without a doubt Offset song. But yeah, that's my top five. I really don't think many people have a top five like this. I really don't, because I don't know. I feel like every Migos top five I've ever seen does not include most of these. None of them include Hot Summer. None of them do. Not that many include Slippery. A lot of them include Narcos. Some include Get Right With You, but absolutely none of them include Too Hottie. I'm a very unique Migos fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm very unique. But they have so many songs I could put on here. Like, I love their music so much. I wanted to put Modern Day on here. What was another one I wanted to put on? Honestly, I wanted to put Bad and Bougie. I wanted to put T-Shirt on here. T-Shirt was very close to making like that number 5, number 4 spot. But I recently heard Hot Summer and I was like, nah, I gotta put this one on here. I'm a sucker for Emoji a Chain. I love Flooded. I love Notice Me. You know, a lot of those like Culture 1, Culture 2 songs. I wanted to put Fight Night on this because Fight Night is so good. Fight Night is a classic. I love Fight Night so much. But anyway, yeah. Excuse me. Long story short, I love the Migos.